Hire purchase agreements offer a pathway to ownership for those who can't afford upfront payments for expensive items. But how exactly do they work? A hire purchase agreement is a financial arrangement where the owner of goods permits another person, called the hirer, to use those goods for a specific period while paying in installments. The unique aspect is that ownership only transfers to the hirer after all payments are completed. This is not considered a contract of sale, but rather a contract of bailment. During the agreement period, the hirer has the right to use the goods, but does not legally own them until the final payment is made. The legal framework for hire purchase agreements is primarily governed by the Hire Purchase Act of 1967, which became active in April 1968, and the Consumer Protection Act of 1999. These laws aim to protect consumers by requiring written agreements signed by all involved parties. There are two main types of hire purchase agreements. In a direct dealer purchase, the seller directly offers the agreement to the buyer. Alternatively, in third-party financing, a finance company purchases the goods from the dealer and then leases them to the hirer until full payment is made. Several key components make up a hire purchase agreement. These include the formal contract outlining terms and conditions, an initial deposit to reduce the total amount, sometimes a guarantor to ensure payments, the interest rate, which is often higher than standard loans, a predetermined payment schedule, an ownership clause specifying when ownership transfers, and repossession terms. Hire purchase agreements offer several advantages. They allow buyers to acquire expensive items without paying the full amount up front. The hirer can eventually own the asset after completing all payments. The fixed installments make financial planning easier, and these agreements are often more accessible than traditional loans. However, there are also disadvantages to consider. The overall cost is higher due to interest charges. The hirer has limited ownership rights until full payment is made. There's a risk of repossession if payments are missed, and assets like vehicles may depreciate significantly before ownership transfers. When comparing hire purchase with leasing, several differences emerge. In hire purchase, ownership transfers after the final payment, while in leasing, it remains with the lessor. Hire purchase typically requires a deposit, whereas leasing often has lower upfront costs. Monthly payments in hire purchase include both interest and principal, while leasing payments only cover use. Hire purchase contracts must be completed or settled early, but leasing arrangements can often be terminated. Hire purchase is ideal for those intending to own the asset, while leasing better suits businesses needing flexibility. Legal protections for consumers in hire purchase agreements include regulations on repossession procedures and early settlement rights. Understanding these laws helps prevent disputes and financial losses. Hire purchase agreements are commonly used for financing vehicles, large household appliances, and even jewelry. They provide a structured path to ownership for items that might otherwise be unaffordable. If considering a hire purchase agreement, it's advisable to seek legal advice to ensure compliance with relevant laws and to fully understand your rights and responsibilities. This financial arrangement, when used wisely, can be an effective tool for acquiring valuable assets over time while managing cash flow.